That's right, Jacob. Heavy smoke was seen coming from the northeast side of Decatur tonight. ADM confirms that shortly after 7 o'clock tonight, there was an explosion at the east plant within ADM's processing complex. Neighbors told us they felt their home shaking after the explosion. So although we've seen a lot of rain recently, that isn't stopping farmers from getting out there and planting during the season. That's right. So staying warm can be hard for those who are homeless or really just don't have anywhere to go. But places like the Salvation Army and the Stride Shelter in Champaign are here to help where they can. So guys, it's filling up pretty quickly here. You can't see many people around me, but as you can see, it's really, really pretty around me. It's pretty chilly out here. People have got on their puffer coats. Yeah, so right here where I'm standing, in just a few short months, Clearview Gardens is planning a garden pollinator where they're bringing nearly 1,000 plants. That's right. So people can't wait to see what all of this will look like in about a year and a half, plus a huge partnership announced today as well. According to a marker here dedicated to the Trail of Death, the tribe's first point of camp in Illinois was right here in Danville near the North Fork River. Here at Taylorville Junior High, things get pretty hands-on in Miss Wagner's STEM class. For this community, Juneteenth is all about celebrating our history, supporting our local businesses, and for the special holiday to bring everyone together. It is in fact report card time, and it's time to see how schools across Central Illinois are doing in their academics. After over 20 years of servicing and becoming a staple in his community, Tim Smith has decided to hang up his apron and retire from Moequa Foods. At the Middle Fork Equestrian Campground, we're ready to ride 100 miles this week here in Danville. Thousands of Fighting Illini fans come out right across the street from Memorial Stadium to help kick off the season. Carly, police in Springfield were called to White Oaks Mall around 3:05 p.m. today for reports of shots fired. The mall was briefly placed on lockdown while police investigated the scene. We're out here today at a farm in Sherman where volunteers started arriving late last night and early this morning. As you can see, there's a lot of damage behind me. They helped return a few horses that got out last night as well, and they're just helping out wherever they can. Touching one life at a time with a game of basketball.
People are hungry for stuff like this. Our kids are crying out for type of stuff like this, so it wasn't hard at all.
The Midnight Basketball League started up with hopes of reducing the violence. Organizer Herbert Burnett says the response was so overwhelming they even had to turn some kids away.
We only have it for 4 hours, so we turned down 30 or 40 kids and from other cities. So it's a no-brainer. It's not shocking because if you build it, they'll come.
Kids in middle school end up gathered to compete in games from 6 to 10. Players like Kyron Martin says without the league, they'd have nothing else to do.
We never really had stuff like this in our community. Usually just like regular basketball for the school. You know, it means a lot because I haven't been doing anything. I bet my teammates haven't been doing anything, so we just want to win.
Even though sessions have just begun, Burnett is hopeful and says he has no doubt this will help reduce some of the violence.
We got a lot of structure that we're going to put. The basketball, again, is just the draw, it's the hook. But we're going to apply a lot of structure to this, so no doubt it's going to decrease gun violence, no doubt.
In Rantoul, Daja Clayton, WAND News. A tornado ripped through a Sherman farm, leaving residents picking up the pieces.
We had to stop and get out and move fence boards with nails sticking up and to just get out of our driveway.
The tornado caused all of this damage. And now, animals missing at the Walker Standardbreds farm. Dozens of volunteers have come together to help the owners with what they can.
Unfortunately, we have a lot of very good, kind people in the area that pitched in, and really,
people came with horse trailers, just come to help, anything they could do to help us. They were here. I mean, there had to be 100 people here.
Some volunteers even came out last night to look for lost horses. Owners Ken and Pat Walker say only 2 horses were hurt, but all were safely found and returned.
We were hunting horses until about 10:30 last night. Fortunately, some very nice people had the glasses, the goggles, or whatever they use to look at night stuff, and that's how we found them all.
For the Walkers, this means the world to them.
Now, the community embraced us last night like no tomorrow. They were wonderful, and they're back again today, first thing in the morning. Everybody, people we don't know, have never met. There's so many bad things that are going on in the world in this day and age, that to have this camaraderie or whatever was very heartwarming to us.
In Sherman, Daja Clayton, WAND News. It's easy to grab a buggy and throw some of your favorite items inside. But you don't think about the person stocking the shelves or ensuring products are fresh every day. That's when owner Tim Smith steps in.
For me, it was really a labor of love for the community. It's an awesome community, and we've worked hard to make a really nice store for them. It meant a lot to me to be able to serve them.
For over 20 years, Smith has catered to the Moequa community and has grown to care for each customer. But now that he's officially off the clock, he's got other plans.
Rest first. Up until just the very last year, I'd worked anywhere from 85 to 90 hours every week. I'm just ready to relax and rest a little bit.
Over the years, people have come and go and things have changed. But for Smith, that was never an issue. In fact, he embraced the challenge.
I've always enjoyed a challenge, and the more you threw at me, the more I wanted to see what I was made of. It challenged me too much sometimes, but I enjoyed all of the things that were thrown our way.
The new owners have already purchased the store, leaving Smith with nothing to do but work his last shift. But he wants to leave them with one message.
To love the community, do everything that you can to be a part of it. And I hope that they stay and participate in the community like that and really build a good relationship with them, because it's a great community.
Checking out one last time. In Moequa, Daja Clayton, WAND News.